Welcome to the Anil Show.
So the big question is, has Shayla's work ethic gone up? Is that what's going on here? Because I feel like she's always talking about the podcast these days. All right, let's go.
So, before we even get started, Tamara, I'm going to tell you, like I told Lauren, our podcast meetings are only for the girls on the podcast. It's like we're having a lot of different meetings and people are bringing plus ones and it's just getting mixy and then we're getting off topic and it's too much going on. Like, we really need to protect our...
So the idea is to throw some stones at Denisha because Denisha can see right through her. Anybody that challenges Shayla is going to be an issue. So them can't be at the podcast meeting because, of course, that's what that is.
Space. Okay. You didn't even tell me you were bringing somebody else here. I would have told you we could reschedule. Like, these meetings are sacred.
Well, I didn't want to reschedule the meeting. I actually asked Denisha to be here to help with the meeting. You know, she's my assistant, so she can help.
Right.
Like, okay. I want her to take notes and just so you and I can just flow, figure everything out. She can take the notes. She's going to make sure that everybody gets them. She's going to have everybody's contact, get the notes.
Tamara, that's not really necessary, though. You don't need assistance right now. We're just trying to get our podcast.
Oh, hold on. If that's her personal assistant, then you should allow her personal assistant to be there. That's what a personal assistant is, because her personal assistant is taking notes for her so that anything that she misses, her personal assistant can get. I do agree with the honeypot girl on that one, that yes, the woman have a personal assistant. And not because you don't have a personal assistant doesn't mean that she can't use one. That's it.
Together, and
okay,
we don't need
just
any
an idea. I just wanted to help out. I get it. That's my bad. I thought it would be cool. I should have told you, but
I just feel like people are not really taking the podcast seriously. Like, we're not just hanging out here.
Okay. Well, if anybody understands, it's me. I definitely take this podcast seriously, but now that she's here, we could just do the meeting, and then next time I just.
From the sound of it, it sounds like she does need assistance.
How would you know what she needed if you're not on the podcast and you don't have any dealings with the podcast? I don't even think we have the budget, honestly.
Oh, well, she has the budget, so you don't have to worry about that.
So that's not coming out the podcast money, though, right?
Why is Shayla acting as though like she's paying for this? It feels like Shayla is paying for the podcast and I don't know that. When is she paying for this podcast? You're not paying for the podcast. What are you worried about in the entire grand scheme of things? You shouldn't be worried about it. Allow the woman to bring who she wants to bring. That's her stuff.
No.
Okay.
She has enough to cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything. What I'm saying to you, Tamara, only you, because you were the only one that was supposed to be at this meeting, is a lot of things that's happening with... I'm sorry, I was just talking to Tamara.
I understand, but I'm here. So if you got anything you want to say to me, say it to me.
I don't really have anything to say to you. You don't have anything to do with this particular business. Maybe the dance studio, but this over here, no.
Well, now I do, and now I'm here. So
okay. Well,
Okay, it's understandable.
You are not hired to be the podcast assistant, but I've
Okay.
Okay.
Your man is not paying for anything, so you don't have like a leg to stand on. It is. Look here. Honeypot girl of our man that is investing in this. If you want to do a podcast that you rule and you own, then you can do that on your own. Go ask Iman to invest in a podcast for you.
We can't even talk about the topics or any confidential information because you got plus
Well,
ones.
I
Like,
trust her. She's been working for me for quite some time now.
You
I
trust
understand.
her. I don't know her. All I know,
Okay.
she got a nasty attitude.
Confidential and
Every
trust.
time.
Okay, all right, ladies. That's my bad. Okay, I just wanted to help. I asked Anisha to come because, I just want everything to stay organized. She can focus on that so we can just focus on the podcast and get the notes out to the girls. But that's my bad. I should have communicated with you.
Okay, well, she can take a note to the podcast under one condition. She needs to sign an NDA.
Okay,
Okay, exactly.
How about
Sign an... Okay, hold on. Sign an NDA for what? You haven't been having anyone sign any NDAs and now you're trying to get Denisha to sign an NDA for what? No, I understand what you're trying to do, but all of a sudden now you become, buttoned up. But watch how the honeypot girl is allowing Shayla to run her head again. I don't know why she's allowing this to happen. Maybe she claiming that, I don't know what it is. It doesn't make sense to me at this point.
leave.
No.
Because I don't have time for this. Like,
Shayla.
everybody's just playing around and I'm the
okay, Shayla. listen to me. How about this? You guys don't know each other, so how about we just have lunch on me?
On you?
Yeah.
Babying Shayla's feelings, eh? And the moment she says we're gonna have lunch, notice that, and she says she's going to pay for the lunch. Notice all of a sudden Shayla has calmed down. I don't know how it is that you have your man paying for a podcast and you have a little girl roughing you up to tell you exactly what you should or shouldn't do. The honeypot girl is careless for be listening to Shayla at this point. You're careless. Honeypot girl is careless. Ain't no way I would be listening to Shayla at this point. What Shayla can tell me about podcasts and she's not like no, hey, this ain't even your thing. This is my personal money that's coming into this. If you want to have that, then you can go do it on your own. She's afraid of Denisha, you know what? Because Denisha can see through what Shayla's got going on. That's what's going on. What's happening is that she's afraid of she's afraid of Denisha. Because Denisha is the one that's going to come in and Denisha is going to make sure that any little shifty moves that she's trying to do, she can see them. You can't tell nobody else to NDA, please. If there's any NDA to be signed, I think Shayla needs to sign that NDA. But y'all give me a take on this one. Let me ask you this. Would you allow your personal assistant to sit in a meeting of this magnitude with you? Let me ask you that. Let's say you have some money and you have a personal assistant. Do you think your personal assistant can sit in with you? Or do you think that, Shayla is over the top? Which one is it? Give me a take. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to you all soon.